morning, everybody. This is Vivi's Boutique. We are here at our first show of the season. We are at Spiritually Rooted in Tonawanda, New York. And we are getting our table set up. This is it right here. There's some of my stuff. I'm a little out of breath because we are upstairs. And yeah, we have a shop vendor right here that must have set up yesterday, and a couple other ones. And there's Will, my little pack mule. And I'm gonna start getting set up and we'll check in when we're done. Hi friends. I'm in bed. I'm sure you're wondering how I got here and why the footage was cut so short at the actual event. Well, I made exactly 3 sales at this event, one of which was my own aunt. And she actually was very sweet. She bought something from each of the vendors, so that was very nice of her. I'm laughing because it's just one of those things that really can't be helped. I don't blame the event space at all. That street it's on is very busy usually, and I do kind of blame them for having it on this weekend because there was so much going on. I mean, you had protests, you had Juneteenth celebrations. In my area, there's something called Allentown Art Fest, so a lot of my crowd were at one of those 3 places. We did have some people coming to us, but none of us really made that much. So there was like an astrologer that was charging like $45 a reading. She pretty much made back her table fee pretty quick there. And the only reason I made back my table fee was because my aunt bought one of my $45 butterfly boxes from me. Had she not, I would be walking away with $16. Whatever, and then, you know, the $50 table fee. The harsh reality is that this just sometimes happens. Like, I think, you know, even me myself, I look at these YouTubers who own small businesses who are going to like cons and things, but a lot of them are located either A, in a really big city where you're pretty much going to make money no matter what, or it's a very like curated event. But I'm not really too upset about it. It was more just like a time thing. But this is my first show since October of last year. And I had 2 major back surgeries between then and now. So this was kind of like a test show to see if I can, you know, do like a bigger show. Which my next big one is the Nickel City Comic-Con coming up at the end of the month here. Today I was just absolutely exhausted. Like, sitting there was exhausting, and we actually left early. Supposedly it was 10 to 6, but everyone kept saying 4, so a lot of us started packing up at like 3:30. So I was out of there before 4. I left because it was just too much. Sitting there with no like action, nobody coming up to you, and like the other vendors there are like these retired ladies, which is fine, but I feel like they don't have as much at stake. I know I have like decent items. It just wasn't my crowd. For me, a $50 table fee is kind of big when a lot of my items are small ticket items, which is why I do the butterfly boxes, because they're $45, so if I sell one of those in like a keychain, I'm sad. Definitely not the best show, not my worst show. I had a show last year that I was really excited about because it was in a haunted hotel that's nearby. And I was so stoked about it. I was like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. I made 0 sales. Like 0. And I was there for a pretty long time. I had a lot of people looking at my stuff, and that one was discouraging because that was supposed to be my crowd. Because it was like a very witchy, younger group of people. 0 sales, so things could have definitely been worse today. Things could have definitely been worse. That being said, I'm super excited about Nickel City Con. I have a bunch of stuff that I ordered coming in, and we'll do a little unboxing video when it comes in. So I had to like sleep for 4 hours to recuperate, but I think it was more just because we were sitting there with like no interaction. I made a profit of like $16, but you know, that's just like the reality of it. Like, there's just gonna be good and bad shows, and I think a lot of creators don't show that all the time. I see creators that are like, oh, I did a bad show, and they're like, yeah, I only made like $700. And I'm like, you know what, that's like a good show for me if I make $700 for 6 hours. But again, I am located in a much, I mean, I don't know, Buffalo's pretty big, but it's obviously not like San Diego or LA. I think this is just kind of like solidifies my thought process on needing to get into more cons. Although I have been hearing that like cons are dying, so it's just like a double-edged sword. I don't know. But anyway, that being said, okay, my mic was not working in the last clip, so I apologize if you heard noise in the background. To summarize, the show was not good. I think it was just bad timing. Had I known, I knew about, well, actually, I didn't know about anything when I booked this show, because I booked the show a while ago. But specifically the Allentown Art Fest, had I known that was going on, I would not have done this show. I do think the shop owners should have been more responsible and should have looked at what else was going on. I think that's a detriment to both them and us. They also didn't do a lot of advertising. I follow them on social media, and I didn't see any posts for this at all. So I think it was just a combination of things. I don't blame them too much, though, because, you know, it's just the nature of the thing, just the nature of doing shows, and I think this is one of their first times, like, hosting vendors. So, again, I just think that there was a lot of factors in this. It was definitely a good experience. It was a good warm-up. I got to see my product on the table. You know, I can kind of see what I liked, what I didn't like, what I can improve for the con. And I'm just gonna keep trucking along. So I am going to do another vlog, maybe tomorrow, because I filmed a vlog a couple days ago, but I filmed it in slow motion, and the audio didn't keep. So everything I said, you know, like even if I sped it up, it didn't matter. So I'm gonna redo that video. And I'll post this one as well. Sorry it's not exciting and kind of sucked, but I just kind of wanted to show that, you know, you can have shitty shows and it's okay and life will go on. So anyway, thanks for tuning in again, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!